Hello and welcome back to more Cube. This looks like a very exciting cube. This is the Matt Grenier's CubeCon cube. So this is the cube that like won the vote at CubeCon. I'm going in fairly blind as I like to do, and we don't have a ton of time. Remove a counter from the non-land permanent you control, draw a card seems awesome. Rust Harvester, exile an artifact from your graveyard, put a counter on it, does damage, seems cool. There's an enchantment theme, which I like. Just Brainstorm's okay. Rites of Oblivion is very good removal, which tends to be good in a format such as this. I love a solid Dread Return, though. Self-mill is an archetype. Very interested in that. This seems like my kind of cube. There's so much stuff going on. You could also just go aggro with like a Brea's Apprentice, which lets you sack artifacts to do some cool stuff. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, an enchantment was put in your graveyard from the battlefield this turn. So if an enchantment dies, this goes there. I have to read so many cards here. I'm going to take Dread Return. It's the only card I know. And it's free, right? So if I'm playing like self-mill, this can be free. I don't know. The first run of this cube is going to be really interesting. Dismember seems incredible. Kishla Skimmer. Whenever a card leaves your graveyard during your turn, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. That seems fun with Dread Return. When it enters, mill 5 cards, put up to 1 enchantment card, mill this way into your hand. So self-mill and then transform's probably not that impactful. Paradise Mantle, Myr Retriever. Okay, there's probably some Crack Clan Ironworks combos going here. When you unlock the door, return a creature. Okay, I think I'm gonna take a Dismember. It's colorless, and we can kind of get a sense of what's going on in the cube. I really like the experience of drafting a cube completely blind, especially a cube that seems as deep as this one. Like, there's so many different cards, and they all look like they're synergy based. So I'm all about this so far, but we'll see what the gameplay's like. We'll see what the cube's like, but it seems interesting. Okay, we have Tishar. Tishar seems good. Whoa, what is this dude? Sabo Tender. Whenever a land you control enters, deals 1 damage to each opponent. That art is incredible. We have God Pharaoh's Gift, which you can't get back with Dread Return, unfortunately. The Bath Song, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. And then you get double blue. So that can like set some things up. God Pharaoh's Gift, if you can cast it, is cool. There might be ways to cheat it into play as well, which I'm about. Tishar seems hard to set up. I could take a Feed the Swarm that does start us going into black, but I think draw 2 cards, then discard a card with Dread Return is kind of where we want to be. This also just seems incredibly powerful, though. Let's try a God Pharaoh's Gift. With Dread Return, like, we're kind of trying to take some fatties and reanimate them, or honestly, just with any creatures, this could be good. But I think with most... Ooh, Lethal Scheme is perfect for this. This puts stuff in your graveyard and whatnot. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, target player mills 4 cards. You can play lands from your graveyard. That's cool. Create a 1/1 black and green insect creature and then sacrifice any number of creatures. So this makes a bunch of stuff. And then you can search your library or graveyard for a creature card and put it onto the battlefield. So this gives us stuff for Dread Return and other things. Lethal Scheme is just good and currently on color. So let's do that. We're going to want some tokens now with Dread Return and Lethal Scheme. I know I just passed a token producer, but we'll see what happens here. Okay. Choose target creature you control. It deals damage equal to its power to each other creature. And if it's cast from a graveyard, discard your hand and draw 4 cards. Okay. This dude enters and lets you play cards. Gives things haste. That's okay. Planisphere is okay. What does this do? Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, make a bird. That so far works pretty well with what we got going on. Let's try this. Whenever 1 or more birds attack, scry 2. Wait, this is insane. Wait, what the heck? There was a common that did this and it just made a 1/1 bird, but this has flying and vigilance and scry. That's ridiculous. That's insane. Okay, I'm gonna take a watery grave, I think. Withering Torment, destroy target creature or enchantment. You lose 2 life. Stonecoil Serpent. Oh, that's fun. I hate the way it looks, but I like the effect. We're gonna take on color watery grave. Hoping like an Inquisition wheels or something. Okay. This is looking actually really great. We have Enduring Tenacity. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. And then if it dies, they keep it. Okay, don't want that. Tyrant Scorn destroys creatures or bounces creatures. That seems fairly valuable, and Lose Focus is just a counter spell, which honestly in this format also seems pretty valuable. Whenever enchanted creature dies, draw a card for each aura you control that was attached to it. Right now, I think I want to be able to protect my creature with a lose focus. We'll see what happens. Ooh, Memory Deluge, Undercity Sewers, what do you do? Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you unlock a room, draw a card. Okay. I like Deluge. It's good with Hermes. Kind of fits this vibe, but Undercity Sewers is also really good. I think Deluge, the fact that it has flashback is also really good. Maybe we can get the Bath Song to wheel, which is not something I ever thought I would say. Also, everything in this cube costs 4. Okay. Brainstorm. Remove a counter from a non-land permanent, draw a card. This is really good with sagas, I'm realizing. That feels like actually a card you should take pretty highly in this format, the more I think about it. Brainstorm seems good. I like Treasure Cruise, but we'll see what happens. Right now I have a Dread Return and 1 creature. Ethereal Forager. Delve whenever this attacks. That seems good. That seems okay. Sunken Ruins also seems really good, but I think this kind of fits the vibe. I really want the Sunken Ruins too, but blue feels wide open. We get the Bath Song to wheel, which is like our 15th 4-drop. I could take an Urborg. I mean, maybe I'm not even meant to be black, and I just take a Breeding Pool. But the Bath Song with Godpharaoh's Gifts seems good. Okay. We get this. Our colors are wide open. We get a Spell Pierce. That's incredible. Plainswamp Forest. No, but I'm not playing Canker Bloom. So that's okay. This is a lot of 4s. I don't know if we're Dread returning. Feels a bit ambitious. What do you do? During your turn, foods. Artifacts are foods. I don't think I'm doing that thing. Oh, you could just Murktide? I mean, that seems kind of antithetical to the objective of the cube to me. I think I want to take a Preordain first. That goes really well with Hermes. It's cheap and gives us stuff to delve. But this card is kind of just disgusting. What does this do? Put a counter on this creature. Slowgark is really good. I'm going to take the Preordain, I think. Murktide's awesome. I think Murktide is incredible. There are fetch lands that's worth noting. Return a land you control, discard a land card to draw. Larder Zombie, tap 3 untapped creatures to surveil. You can cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana 1 or 2 from your hand without paying its mana cost. And then you can cast instant or sorcery from your graveyard for free after you mill yourself. That's kind of sick. This one makes a food. Then you have to sack it to gain life. Don't know about that. The Aegis is okay. I think I'm going to try funding the third path. This lets us cast, not this, but Brainstorm or Preordain for free on turn 2. I mean, I can go like Stitcher Supplier, Larder Zombie, kind of set up a Dread Return type situation, but this seems better, to be honest. Misty can grab anything we want. I like that. What do you? You lose 1 life and this creature endures 1. So it just attacks, keeps making 1/1s. That seems pretty good. Misty, though, on color fetch seems awesome. Cosima, at the beginning of your upkeep, you can exile her. Whenever a land enters, put a voyage counter on it. If you don't, draw cards. What the heck does this card do? At the beginning of your upkeep, you can exile her. If you do, it gains whenever a land you control enters. If it's exiled, put a voyage counter on it. So you can put voyage counters. Okay, so that's just card draw. I think I'm going to take the fetch first. Enchanted creature becomes a clue. Yeah, we'll take the fetch. Fills our graveyard. There's a counter spell. When this creature enters, exile up to 1 target non-salamander creature, and you can flash it back. I mean, counterspell is counterspell. we're drafting blue-black control. Case of the Flinched Falcon. So you enter and get a clue. Solve with 3 or more artifacts. Nah, not that. Counter target creature or enchantment spell, or get 2 creatures back. The Lunar Whale. You can look at the top card of your library anytime, and as long as it's attacked, you can play them. It's another 4. I think I'm going to take this. What do you do? Until turn, you can cast creature spells from your graveyard. What is Forge? Exile 3 cards from your graveyard or sacrifice a food. What the heck? There's so many new mechanics that I've never seen before in this cube. I've heard of this card. I've never seen it. Draw 3 cards, discard 2 cards unless you discard a creature card. Yes, that seems incredible. When this creature leaves the battlefield, you can have target player mill 2 cards and you can unearth it. That seems insane. I'm going to take Winter Night Stories, though. I kind of wish I had taken the Delve creature, but Chasm Skulker also seems pretty good. I will take a Chasm Skulker. Commit to Memory. Whoa. Mana Leak also just seems kind of gross in this cube. Everything's so expensive. Oh my god. Alright, we are kinda crushing it. This doesn't help. I'm not dread returning. I don't think I need a God Pharaoh's gift anymore. In fact, I just am not black, I'm mono blue. I don't know when this happened. I cannot believe this wield. We're mono blue. We do need some removal though, so Lethal Scheme does help with that. It also discards stuff. God Pharaoh's Gift is a pretty good finisher, right? Because you can get 4/4 Murktide Regent, 4/4 Forager, get back Hermes, Chasm Skulker. We just need a couple more creatures here. 1 mana make a food, and then you'd have to spend 5 mana to kill something. Am I playing any of these? Probably not. The self-mill on this is potentially interesting with Murktide Regent and Ethereal Forager. This being a 3 mana 3/2 lifelink can just kill stuff. I'm gonna try this. It's more synergistic, to say the least. Right? Like this is good with Lethal Scheme. Self-mill, you can let it die, self-mill, and then hopefully play this. Cosima is a very good win condition. What does this card even do? You create a food token for each player being attacked. Tap foods to make humans. Not doing that. We'll take Cosima. This, whenever vehicle that player exiles enemy cards from top of your library, you can play land cards from among them. I don't really remember how these work, but I don't think it's great for me. This seems pretty good. This is more on color stuff. I could just play Golos as ramp. Like, not the activated ability, just play Golos to get a land in play. I'll take the double on color land. This makes a clue, control 3 artifacts. I'm not doing that. I'll take a Phyrexian Revoker. It is a creature that can attack. Put a counter on it. When you do, I don't think that's good. This cube is really interesting because you have like Murktide Regent in the same cube as like a 2 mana 2/1 thing. Whenever equipped creature attacks, ooh, double combat. That's pretty cool. Not for our deck. We have quite a few outs to go into a little bit of green or white. So we'll keep that in mind. Although, Field of the Dead is feeling pretty good. Oh, Simic Growth Chamber 2. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 1/1 blue fairy creature token with flying. That also seems pretty good. But I honestly think this lets us draw 3, discard 4. I don't think I need that. I almost think this deck is just a Field of the Dead control deck, but I don't have removal as the problem. Yeah, that's kind of the issue, right? I have a bunch of counter magic, but if they play something turn 2, we're just kind of dead. So maybe we take a Mischievous Mimic, try and wheel a Ponder, or we take Ponder and wheel a Mimic. I think this dude's more important. He gives us a win condition. So we're really looking for removal, which seems light in the cube. Steam Vents, Tamashi, return a land, lets you reanimate stuff from the graveyard. Steam Vents gives us Misty Rainforest can grab red. Everything makes foods when it attacks. Okay, we will, what do you do? Whenever this or another legendary creature enters, okay, we don't have artifact stuff. We'll grab this. I figured everyone is going to do artifacts their first time through because that's like, it's one of the easiest synergies to look at and be like, oh yeah, artifacts, draft artifact cards. We, on the other hand, we really want some removal. We got a lot of cool stuff. I don't know. I guess this adding energy is pretty good. Or mana. Sorry, I've been playing so much Slay the Spire. Which, by the way, if you want to watch me play Slay the Spire, go check out my other channel. Cook 2 or black, not doing that. What on earth are these cards? Other artifact creatures you can control flying. So this turns artifact into artifact creatures, which is good with food tokens. I get it. What is this? This copies anything. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put a counter on each non-legendary creature you control. It seems 2 all in. Exile an enchantment card from your graveyard. Make a zombie. Bath Song. Hermes is not an enchantment. Founding the Third Path. This one is the most potential. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, exile it. Make a token that's a copy of it. Also potentially interesting, this is a 4 mana 4/4 flyer. And then each opponent loses a life, you get a Saga back. I'm going to try this. This has the highest upside. So we'll see what happens with that. You may cast this card from your graveyard by paying 3 life and discarding a card. Probably not doing that. Tamio meets the Stone Circle. Creatures get smaller, discard and investigate twice, and then get cards back. I mean, we could really, really go deep. Can't be blocked except by artifact creatures. So you just get a ton of artifact creatures and go nuts. 3 less if it targets a permanent you control. Return 2 card non-permanents in their owner's hands. Honestly, this seems like the play. Because you can bounce your own thing and their thing. This seems okay. Right, you can trade cards to investigate. It is a saga, so it's good with Ephemia. But I think it wheels, and we need interaction. Oh, this is one of my favorite, like, old school win conditions. Pretty sweet card. Aether Spellbomb gives us some interaction. Winds of Wrath, I don't... That would be so good in the deck. Don't really have the ability to cast that. This gives us a bunch of tokens. It's a really solid win con. I'm going to take it. Stillness in Motion. Mill 3 cards. Then if your library has no cards in it, so this mills 3 and then eventually you do the thing. Don't know if I love that. I have a lot of green. Make a human, make a food. There's so many food cards now. Oh my gosh. Equipped creature becomes a demon, and it is on its own a 3/1. So I can turn creatures into demons. Wait, this seems kind of good in our deck. I'm not doing this. I can get like a surveil land. I'm going to take this if I feel like I need more win conditions. I don't know if I do. Is that the win con? We could absolutely deck ourselves. Draw 3 cards. Brainstorm with a fetch. That's interesting. I mean, I'm not doing anything else. So, in a certain matchup, I hope I don't have to. What does this card do? Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, make a frog. Okay, I don't have that many enchantment spells. Equipped creature gets +X+X. Rex the number of creature cards in all graveyards. And then we can have just a lowly 1-mana 1/1 flyer. I only have like 2 enchantment spells. This seems pretty good. This goes on any creature. There's our Ponder Wheeling. Love that. I do also love Simic Growth Chamber in a deck like this. We have so many 4s. But we're also going to have to discard the hand size. And we want to hold up Counterspell on turn 2 most games. We'll get a Ponder. Tashimi. Artifact or enchantment card. If it's a land card, that's whenever an artifact enters. I don't think I'm doing the thing correctly. I don't think I'm doing that. We'll take this. This turns all your creatures into something. Do this, I guess. I don't know. Can't be blocked by artifact creatures. Whenever an artifact creature dies, you can investigate. So this is a 3-mana 2/2 that is unblockable and does the thing. This seems pretty good, though. We get a Spell Bomb. That's more interaction. Honestly, I feel like I am just a Laboratory Maniac deck at this point. Wicked Wolf. Why won't it let me click these? Okay. Because, like, we just bounce all their stuff until we Lab Man. I mean, we have Godpharaoh's Gift, though, right? That's a pretty good late-game win con. I don't think I'm playing Ephemia. I don't think I'm playing a Stitcher Supplier either. The rest of it seems pretty nice, though. Dismember here. A lot of fixing. We're not running Steam Vents. I'm not running Sanctum. And I don't even think... I guess the cycling is actually fairly relevant in a format this slow. This costs like 2. I think I sideboard Revoker until I see something I need. Funding the third path. You could play this and like... maybe this isn't that good. Target player... I guess self-mill for 4. You can play it mill 4 and get a spell for free. And it can let us like Ponder Preordain or Brainstorm. I don't hate this. Funding the third path. Bone Horde feels the slowest, but I could bring it in like a really, really sluggish matchup. This dude seems good. These all seem good. So we need to find a sideboard, like cards to cut. Mischievous Mystic, I like. This lets us discard cards to get clues and then reshuffle our win cons. This seems like the worst card in the deck. I don't know. It seems really bad. Cosima also seems kind of bad. You can play lands and she's card draw. She does come down turn 3, which is fairly relevant. You can exile her. Then you play land, put a Voyage counter on it. So she's like really slow. I think I'm just going to cut her and run 17 land. Right, we got Maloku, we got Ethereal Forager, Murktide. This deck is basically just play stuff, Murktide Regent. That's kind of the plan. Do I think that I need a Lab Man? I don't think so. Let's run... Lethal Scheme is the only black card in my deck, and I genuinely think I need it because it is the only... Like, I have 2 removal spells. It is double black, but I think it's genuinely worth it. I have so much discard. The cost is 2 swamps and a tap land. We'll take it. See you all round 1. Alright, we're playing against Jack L. Tell them good luck, have fun, and let's see what's going on here. Murktide Regent and Dismember. And 5 lands. honestly seems okay. I don't have a counter spell, but I have a Dismember. And I can Misty for tap land, although honestly, I think... Okay, you get a food. You're over here. It's gonna be very slow. Okay, this is not great. We can fetch a tapped Watery Grave. I mean, this is a card in the graveyard. That's something. They don't do anything except potentially crack a food. Let's grab Watery Grave tapped because I would rather cycle Rafine's Tower if I drew it. Get out's pretty good. Okay. So I can counter creature or enchantment spells or get back 2 sagas to my hand. Oh, I wish I had a Surveil land. Although I would have kept what I saw on top, so it wouldn't have actually done anything. They bottom of plains. You got it. I kind of hope they just play this, because I don't really care about it. What is this? Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. Sacrifice a treasure, exile the top card of your library. You can play that this turn. I think I'm just going to dismember that. Take 2 here. Dismember this. Pay life, pay black. Tamiyo meets the story circle. So I guess that's a reason. I mean, I don't really care what they do necessarily. Let's just wait though. There's really no rush, right? Like, we're fine. This isn't Vintage Cube where you have to be hyper mana efficient. This feels more slow, where you want to be proactive. We're going to counter this. Okay, now 1, 2, 3 plus 4 is 7. Okay, we're going to try this. They can gain some life, but it's going to be pretty hard to kill a Murktide Regent because there doesn't appear to be much removal in the format. Okay, exile target non-token creature. I get a tapped fish. That's pretty good, actually. Exile target non-token creature. I get a 1/1 fish. That's pretty good. The exile is also pretty rough. Bitter Blossom. Okay. That could kill us. Winter Night Stories. Draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards unless you discard a creature card. Let's start there. Let's discard 2 cards. Yeah, I don't want to discard the Mystic. Discard this and this. Then I get to go... How does Harmonize work? You may tap a creature control to reduce the cost by X, where X is its power. Okay. Let's do this. Let's play Mischievous Mystic here. And attack with the fish. They can, I guess, crack a clue and play this to kill my Mystic. Maybe I'm supposed to wait. But then I get to play Ethereal Forager. And probably Flashback Winter Night Stories. Okay. Market back Walker. You can remove counters to draw a card. No. When it dies, draw a card for each counter on it. Great. So, let's go with a Ponder, which will trigger this guy. Lose Focus, Lethal Scheme, Aether Spellbomb. I like all of these a lot. Yeah, these are all insane. I can, for now, let's see. I'm going to, yeah, it's kind of awkward. I guess I'm just going to hold up Lose Focus here and draw Lethal Scheme for next turn. We get a clue thing. Then we can go Island, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Play this dude. Get a bunch of these. I can't attack. I have Lose Focus, which seems pretty good. And then Ethereal Forager will give me back Ponder, so I can get more fairies. And my opponent missed a land drop last turn, so they have all spells in hand, so this Lose Focus is likely to be somewhat useful. So they can crack a clue and then try and play the thing. Oh, that's clever. They're playing it and then they can crack a clue. I like that, actually. I will Lose Focus this. I don't get to counter the creature, but I get to stop them from getting life. But yeah, most people would crack the food and then play this. So this is a really heads-up play by them. But now you don't get to kill my thing. And that's what matters. They're at 14. Cool. So Winter Night Stories, pretty easy to play. But I want to attack with this guy, and I want to attack with a fairy. Actually, let's just attack with this dude. I have Lethal Scheme here, and I want to tap 2 blockers. We get Ponder back. We fall to 11. Then we Ponder, get another fairy. Chasm Skulker, Aether Spellbomb. I would love to play a Chasm Skulker. Get a thing. Play this dude. Chasm Skulker with Lethal Scheme is also very deadly. I can Winter Night Stories. I guess I could have done that with Skulker, but I think holding up Lethal Scheme with the fairies here will be pretty nice. If there's something in particular that I want to kill. Karn's Bastion. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, put a counter on it. Then if it has 3 or more counters on this, sacrifice this aura. When you sacrifice this aura, it does 3 damage to any target. Which could kill the Ethereal Forager. They have 2 cards in hand. I can kill it. This will draw them 2 cards. I think that's fine. A black, black. And just make the world's scariest Chasm Skulker, or just make... Yeah, let's do this. Kill your thing. You draw 2. Kind of rough. Okay, you're gonna connive first. Let's discard Tamio. Each creature that can invoke this spell connives. I kind of want to... Making a 2/2 is interesting, but I think just keeping the spell bomb is better. That's pretty good. They draw some cards, but they're at 10, they have a Bitter Blossom, we have a 4/4 Chasm Skulker. We also have Winter Night Stories, which we can just cast for 1 mana on our Chasm Skulker, which will turn it into an absolute menace. Okay, we will trade off like this. I don't want you gaining life. Glimmerlands is pretty good. Not against an Aether Spellbomb, though. And Arcbound Ravager, which they have 1, 2, 3 artifacts. They can proliferate, which would be really cool if they put it on my stuff. Chasm Skulker at 5. Let me make this cheap for you. Hermes is way too good here. We have to discard 2 cards. And they're going to be Memory Deluge. Oh, I could just discard Moloko, actually. Let's just discard... I guess I can't. I didn't do it right. Let's go. Memory Deluge. I should have just discarded Moloko in this spot. But we can go Memory Deluge and Moloko. Just be real sad about it. Yep. Should have just discarded a creature. I could keep Memory Deluge, but it's okay. This Chasm Skulker gets absolutely massive. Then I get to... I don't really mind trading my Forager with the fairies here. We attack like this. And we want Chasm Skulker to die somehow, but maybe I've made it too big. They take 5. They have 1 card in hand. Let's go with Hermes. And I think for now, we're just going to preordain. That's just so insane. Alright, ditch this. Sure, put this on top. Whenever this dies. So for 5 mana, I can bounce one of their things. 2 of their things, which is so good against their tokens. Sick. Okay, they have a little bit of removal. They're playing tokens, so bounce is actually pretty good. I think we're just good. The lethal scheme was absolutely worth splashing, by the way. This hand looks great. Yeah, I definitely messed up my discards last turn, but this is kind of gross, actually. Depending on if they have a turn 2 play or not. Because this deck does get much worse when I don't get to counter every single thing that they do. Yeah, that's a problem. Turn 2 Bitter Blossom. I'm just going to play out the Mystic here. I would like to be able to preordain into Mana Leak next turn. There doesn't seem to be that much removal, and I think the things I want to counter are more impactful at 3. Ginger Brute. You got it. Like, I'm not going to Mana Leak a Ginger Brute. So I take 1. That's fine. Bitter Blossom is a bit of a problem, but this dude can hopefully hold it up. I probably would Mana Leak that. I mean, that's a lot of tokens coming our way. We do hit Get Out, which I tapped my mana wrong for. Let's start with the Preordain. Lose Focus and the Bath Song. Okay, I think I need the Bath Song here. I don't think I need more counter spells. Get a thing. Play this. I'm going to trade the Mystic, I think, but it's hard to say because that can hold up the Glimmer Lens. We're just taking a lot of damage, unfortunately. Can't be blocked except by creatures with haste. You got it. They draw. Okay, we're gonna block here. Hopefully they play a spell. I really want to be able to use Mana Leak this turn so that I can untap, play the Bath Song, get another blocker. They're still drawing a lot, but I am 2 now. Great. We're just countering that. Get out of here. Okay, they have 3 cards in hand. Shipwreck Marsh enters tapped, unfortunately. Alright, Bath Song, do the thing. Trigger Mischievous Mystic. I will discard the tapped land, unfortunately. Go ahead. I'm gonna hold it back on defense. I don't think trading with one of their fairies is the best idea, because I get another fairy for free next turn. They draw another card off the Glimmer Lens. Okay, they're letting me block. I mean, I can block the fairies, but I can't block the Ginger Brute. They also have some artifact synergies. So, yeah, this one is less blockable than a fairy. Because they wanted to protect it last turn. It also prevents any life gain synergies they might have. We fall to 13. We get another creature, and hopefully I can play Meloku. Unfortunately, I don't have extra mana with Meloku, so we're just going to have to do our best. Otherwise, I can hold up Memory Deluge and get out, but that seems really bad. Best draw, probably Dismember, because then I could go Dismember, hold up, get out, and Memory Deluge. And they kept on top. Okay, Market Back Walker for 2, you got it. Not too worried about that. Lethal Scheme's pretty good. I ditched my Black Source. There's a Black Source. Discard a card will be Island. Yeah. Get a Fairy. Play a Swamp. Lethal Scheme. Get out. I can play Ponder here, or I can just wait. Definitely want to Ponder. I know it misses out on his ability, but whatever. Brainstorm, Murktide Regent, Winter Night Stories. Okay. These are all insane. Absolutely insane. Winter Night Stories lets us draw 1,000,000 cards. I want all of these, but I think we're going to actually draw all of them. So put this on top, put this on top, put this on top. Pass turn. I have Lethal Scheme at the ready to make more fairies. Kill the Rebel token. Dude, Lethal Scheme is so messed up. Like, who thought this was okay? Okay, turn off auto yields here. Go to beginning of combat. I have a couple things that I can do. I can give them a card and then Lethal Scheme. That actually seems better. They draw a card here. Great for you. Let's block and block. Then I can Lethal Scheme on you. Then I get a bunch of X2s. I only take 2 damage in the process. Okay, you connive first. Let's discard Winter Night Stories. My mom is calling me, so I will finish this in a second. My mom says hi. Second connive, do I want to ditch anything? Yes, because I want to keep it alive. We'll ditch the Brainstorm. So these both live. I get another fairy. I mean, the deck is sick. Go to combat damage. I take 2. I have a giant army. I get to counter their big thing. And they probably scoop it up here. Pretty sick. Yay. I should have just waited like 2 seconds to answer my mom's phone call. All right, I'm going to go talk to my mom. Go call your mom. Go call your grandma. Call someone you care about. And we'll come back to crushing kids next round. All right, we're playing against Pachiro. We're on the play. Full disclosure, I talked to my mom for like 2 hours after that last video, so we're a little rusty, but for those who don't know, my parents have donkeys, and the donkeys are doing good. So people always ask for donkey updates. This hand does literally nothing, but that's what we're here for. Tell our opponent good luck, have fun. So let's see if I can remember the deck. I have 2 removal spells, and this is the only black card really, right? Because the other one's Dismember. But I am splashing I'm splashing a double black card because first of all, this card is insane. And second of all, we just need removal. And our opponent mulligan, which is pretty nice. I mean, this deck has so many 4s, like, I don't mind keeping a 4-land hand. They mulled to 6. Opponent says you too. Thank you. Do I Spell Pierce a Thoughtseize, or do I just let them take the 2? I think I Spell Pierce it. Basically playing vintage over here. Mostly not giving up information on my hand. I don't think the 2 damage on them is going to matter that much. Meloku. Alright, we'll bluff Counterspell. Not let them know what's up. Not let them know my hand does absolutely nothing. But I think that's what this cube was about, right? Like, it's pretty slow. Let's go Swamp. I mean, Meloku can just end games. For those, the real ones who remember when this card was in Vintage Cube, and it was good in Vintage Cube. What a time that was. Okay. Not doing anything. Maybe they think I'm holding up counter magic, but I'm just, my hand does actual nothing. We have enough lands where I can probably wait on a Meloku. They're doing nothing. I will continue to do nothing. Okay, now I actually have a counter spell. This is the best thing about being a deck like this. Like, they could have waited, and I actually still have counter magic. Okay, cast with warp. When this or another creature or artifact you control enters, you gain 1 life. Beginning of your end step, draw a card if you've gained 3 or more life this turn. You got it. Archon of Sun's Grace. Flying Lifelink. Pegasus creature you control have lifelink. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, make a white Pegasus creature token. I'll probably just counter this. Or I could just bounce both of these, actually. They'll gain 2? Maybe that's the play. Then I can play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't play Moloku and bounce. Let's just counter this. This goes away. So I don't think they... Yeah, they definitely didn't gain that much life. Okay, Island. I think I just gotta play a Moloku here. They can kill it. I know I could wait one more turn, but I think I just gotta get this down. Like, I need to do something at some point. Because, like, my hand does absolutely nothing. I'm not going to bounce a land here. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Okay, that doesn't do anything. I love that. I guess they only have 2 cards in hand. They just play that. You know what? Let's just start making flyers, I guess. Okay, turn off auto yields. No response here. Let's return a land. And I can actually lethal scheme, which I think I want to do because my hand is really bad. Let me return this to my hand, pay blue, play this swamp, kill this thing. Because my hand's really bad, this lets me loot away these things and potentially find action. They just concede. Okay. Everything. It's always the friendly greeting people who play the most impressive decks. Sorry, friend. I kept wheeling all these things. I mean, I played 4 cards that whole game. I don't think it's that oppressive what they saw. Now, I think Murktide Regent seems extremely out of place given the rest of the cube. I could be wrong, but this card is like legacy staple powerhouse card. And it just feels, to me, it feels weird to like try and do other stuff like Ephemia or like Stitcher Supplier when there's a Murktide Regent there. Could be wrong. Let's just run it back. Sorry, opponent. No rise. Head lands in hand after mulling initiative 7 lander. It may not be my day. It makes you feel any better. I basically only had lands in hand the whole game. I will keep this. On the draw, sure. Uh-oh. They had it again. But they mulligan to 6. So I'm actually pretty happy with them thought seizing. And now they know about Get Out as well. And all lands. The Bath Song. Alright, play this tapped. Get down your broken cards now, opponent. Okay, that's a 3-1 menace. A pretty good card. There's a removal spell that I currently can't cast. This is just gonna kill me. I'm literally just gonna die to this. Oh, that's hilarious. Shadow Spear. Yeah. I want to take 4. I died 5 turns. This thing, you can attach it to a creature. Alright. Mold a 5, just play a 3-1 and kill me with it. I love it. I don't care about the lifelink. Swamp would be good. Dismember. You know what? We'll take it. Dismember's pretty good here. I kept a 5-lander and I think I drew all action. I'm gonna let them attack first and dismember post-combat. Okay, now we will kill this. Down to 10 we go. Because I drew a bounce spell, I feel okay playing the Bath Song. I'm gonna discard an island. Next turn, I can do a lot of things. This being a black source is okay, but it is kind of rough as well. But I can bounce like 2 creatures they play or something and then counter it the following turn, right? Archon. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, get a Pegasus. Counterspell's great. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card. I will discard an island. Then I will play a tapped land. It doesn't enter tapped. I didn't know that. Okay. Okay. That changes things, I guess. So I can just hardcast Lethal Scheme. I can hold up Counter Magic and bounce stuff. I think holding up Counter Magic and bouncing stuff is the play for now. Because I can bounce this and this. They didn't equip Shadow Spear. Okay, let's bounce this and this. I would like to Bath Song again, please. And they know that I have Get Out. Animate Dead on Blade of the Oni. I didn't even know that was possible. So it'll be a 2-1. Guess I will just counter this, which they knew about. And then that goes through. Okay, I think it's probably over now. I have Hemes plus Counterspell up. Play this dude. I get to go like Counterspell with this, make a bird. Birds take over. Lethal Scheme with birds goes crazy. Soul Transfer. Okay, we counter this. I'm sorry, opponent, this deck is busted. And I know their last card. Super fun. GG's. GG's. Alright, see you guys in the finals. Oh, right, we're here in the finals against Play Faster, Please. Let's see if they play fast. They probably do. This hand is great. I mean, it's... Oh my gosh. Winter Night Stories, Murktide Regent. This combos with this. Like, this is huge. And then you can use this to flash this back for one. This seems really strong given the format. They mulligan. Dude, everyone's mulliganing in these decks. Just keep a 5-lander, it'll be fine. This, like, Spell Pierce protects me from almost everything scary. And then Dismember, lose focus. And then eventually this will work. My best possible draw, I think, is a fetch land. Or like a Preordain. Okay, Island. Go ahead. So far, this person's playing very slowly. Which is ironic given their name, but we'll see. Stadium Hattler. Whenever this creature deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control, and it attacks to make 2 1/1s. You got it. I think I will dismember this, to be honest. It's gonna do more than 4 damage over the course of the game. And I would like to draw a land. That would be pretty nice. Marionette Apprentice. Each opponent loses 1 life. And they can make 2 1/1s. I'm just gonna counter this. Because now, if I draw any land, I'm just gonna hardcast Winter Night Stories. Really glad I killed this Stadium guy. Their deck looks sick though. Land? Beautiful. Yeah, we just have to hit a land drop here. Let's discard a creature card, which will be a Chasm Skulker, unfortunately. Murktide Regent costs 7, so if I have 3 in my graveyard, I could play it next turn. I could play it and keep Winter Night Stories in the graveyard next turn, or I can hold up a Spell Pierce. And I think holding up Spell Pierce probably better, because it just kills so fast. Whenever this creature attacks, you lose 1 life and it endures. So they're like black-red token stuff. Great. Ooh, Greater Gargadon. That's spicy. Now I need to decide, like, am I playing a Winter Night Stories deck? Or am I playing... Basically, do I want to keep this in my graveyard? I have Memory Deluge, which is plenty, I think. So let's just do this. Hold up Spell Pierce, make a 6/6 flyer. I know people have asked me to keep that over there. I'll do my best, but Magic Online default formatting is like this for some reason. Okay, that's why we kept up Spell Pierce. They would also lose 7 life in that process, but this is a pretty good sequence. Then you take 6 down to 2 cards, so we get to Memory Deluge and or I can use this to save my Murktide Regent if I need to. This creature makes a counter or gets a spirit. You got it. I'm on a Memory Deluge. I'll let them attack once. Because, like, how do you race a Murktide Regent? You just don't. You just do not race this card. Deluge. Let's grab... Yeah, I would concede to that as well. Alright, this deck is disgusting. Aggro creature deck. The only thing I can think of is Cosima can block. Which... But like the rest of the deck's so sick. Maybe I just don't care about this. But if I resolve this, it's over. I think it just run it as is. This deck is disgusting. Okay, will they put me on the draw? Being on the draw is actually pretty bad. Their deck seems fairly aggressive. I mean, yeah, we'll keep this. We got Spell Pierce, we got Preordain, Murktide Regent. They're keeping 7, and they don't have a turn 1. Cool. Hold up Spell Pierce. Okay, they have nothing. That's great news for me. Do I want to cycle a land or I just want to get up to max mana? I think I would like to resolve a Preordain. Put this on the bottom, put Ponder on top. We'll hold up Spell Pierce though. Ponder also with Murktide Regent, kind of gross. This creature enters, create a lander token. It's an artifact with 2 mana, sacrifice it. Oh, that's cool. You can Rampant Growth. And then it does 2 damage. That's alright. And then no plays. We can Ponder. I love this. Sacrifice artifact, search for a basic land card, put on the battlefield tab. So you just make a Rampant Growth. But it's an artifact. Memory Deluge, that's pretty good. Let's Ponder. Tamio meets the Story Circle, creatures attack. I kind of like all of these, to be honest. I might just tap out and get this down there. I can Memory Deluge the following turn. I mean, this protects me for like 1 damage. And investigating twice doesn't actually matter that much. Maybe I don't want any of these the more I think about it. That's pretty good. Okay, let's go Island. Actually, no, let's just play Rafine's Tower, right? I can't play the Forager anyway. Okay, they play that dude. It deals damage, equal number of creatures you control to target creature. This enchantment deals 2 damage to any target. So I can't Spell Pierce. This is a pretty good combo. I need to find a removal spell somewhere. And you can do this at any time. This being instant speed is kind of nuts. Take the hit. I'm almost wondering if I was supposed to play Spell Pierce there so that I could Murktide this turn. I'm not entirely sure what's best. Let's play an island. My deck has done nothing so far. They didn't land their token end of turn. My deck does nothing. They get to do that. They get to sack a creature, do 2 damage to me. So I'm at 16, I'm at 14, I'm at 12. They didn't sacrifice it? What do they have? I don't know, but I'm going to Memory Deluge here. Okay. Mischievous Mystic is crazy. The rest on the bottom. I mean, Counterspell plus Murktide is like nuts. All of these are insane. I genuinely want all of these cards. The Mystic blocking this seems pretty good. Counterspell plus Murktide is just so insane. And then if I just hold up Dismember, yeah. They didn't do anything. I don't know what's going on over there, to be honest. The Bath Song. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can't quite Murktide and Counterspell this turn. I can go Swamp and Counterspell, or I can go Bath Song plus Spell Pierce. I have a feeling Bath Song plus Spell Pierce, I guess. Let's discard this card. I can also Dismember, discard to hand size. Holy cow. I guess at this point we can discard a Spell Bomb. The rest is pretty good. I will let that happen. They can take Counterspell, they can take Godpharaoh's Gift. They can take Dismember. Yeah, Dismember is interesting. That tells me they're just trying to like race, right? I mean, they can hit me for quite a bit with this plus this plus this. The damage does stack up pretty quickly. But they're not sacrificing their warrior to do extra damage. Oh, Hemes is really good. Okay, let me... I can discard a Swamp. Yeah, discard Swamp, play an Island. There's a lot of things I want to do. Let's just play a Giant Murktide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Giant Murktide seems awesome. I have Spell Pierce, Counterspell, Brainstorm. So I can just wait to Brainstorm with Hemes and have all the counter magic up. I don't know how they're dealing with the 7/7. They took Dismember, which is very surprising to me. They're also not using their Lander token, which is also surprising to me. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. When it dies, draw a card. Equip 2 or black. That's fine. Right? This can't sacrifice an artifact. I just counter something that sacrifices artifacts. Up there, you got it. So they're gonna attack and then throw them at me and do some damage to me. I think I genuinely would be close to dead if they had... I would have 4 more damage. I think they missed 2 attacks with this. Block here. This does 2 damage to me. You got it. And then Murktide Regent just... it just kills you. Yeah. Alright, Bath Song is gonna give me a bunch of energy next turn. We can make a bunch of things. Shuffle any number of target cards. I don't want to shuffle any, but let's get our blue mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play you. Play Brainstorm. Put these 2 back. Put this here. Let's play our Whale. This will make my Murktide Regent even bigger. Then you take 8. And I don't have to crack a fetch if I don't want to, but they're dead like next turn, I think. Frey's Apprentice. Make a 1/1 colorless Thopter. Doesn't have haste. So they can use that to sacrifice things. They get a Thopter. They can spend 2 to do 2 damage to me. I guess the flying is annoying. So I will go to 9 and counter this. Yeah, the flying blocker we can't have. We can't have that around here. Okay, they're just activating the Lander. I go to 7. Is there a way to kill me from 7 with 1 colorless mana? I don't think so. This seems kind of sick with Greater Gargadon though. Tapped. GG's. GG's. I'm guessing they had Greater Gargadon. Because they could have tapped differently, right? Thought it went into my hand. Ah, gotcha. Alright, well that was a trophy. That was... I don't think anyone even stood a semblance of a chance in any of those games. I'm gonna try this cube again because it seems really cool, but I am like, this seems incredibly powerful relative to the strength of other cards. We'll see though. But the rest seems fun. This is an extreme power outlier. But we drafted it, we crushed. See you next time.